I am going to be talking about pretty much a lot of the news that's been going around. Okay. Now, I have actually ended up saying, okay, especially on this channel, okay, you guys know that on my YouTube channel for my VTuber model, I have actually ended up removing a lot of the Hoyoverse content in relation to the whole Castra situation. But as it turns out, I may be deleting permanently within the next few hours every single freaking Hoyo content that I've ever done for this channel. Okay? And I'm going to explain to you guys why I do what I do, okay? Because this isn't the first time I've actually nuked my channel. To be quite honest, okay? This isn't the first time. I've actually ended up nuking all of my content about GTA from my channel. Now, for those of you who don't remember or have like Alzheimer's or just like are like new to the channel, you guys might be seeing like, oh, okay, I have so few videos. But the thing is that I've been on the YouTube platform for about, I want to say going on to 6 years now. Okay, and you guys are seeing, oh, wait, this person only has 90 some odd subscribers. Okay, how do you have so few subscribers in such a long amount of time? Well, it's because, well, I lost the majority of my audience while nuking my channel. Now, is it silly and crazy of me to be nuking my channel the way I have been doing? Yes, it is silly and crazy. But I have a legitimate reason. I do not want my face anywhere associated with any of these games that I have nuked. Okay? Now, there's only like maybe a couple of like videos that maybe I've actually saved just as like mile markers, for lack of a better term, as mile markers for like when I did my content. That's pretty much why I left some of the videos like available, just to showcase how long I've been on this platform. But realistically, you know, if like any game gets like, you know, super political or like super like any like anti what is it called, any time when a game is like not, you know, being fair to not only its to the player base of the games, but also a country that has a problem with, you know, showing any type of like kindness to a bunch of people within their own country. Okay, I have a deep problem with that, and I do have a few videos on my YouTube channel that questions the validity of what Hoyoverse has been doing. Okay, I do not have a problem with criticizing even the CCP. Okay, I choose to delete all the content of Hoyoverse as a form of protest against the freaking company. Okay, because I do not want to be having to be associated with such a company at all. That is the main reason why I nuked all the content. I know there's some people in like the VTuber space and in the gacha creator server kind of thing that is like chooses to leave their content up because, you know, it's like gaming and stuff like that. But I generally, out of principle, I will just completely and utterly nuke my channel. Simply because I just don't want to be associated with these games that, you know, that are affiliated with, you know, people and things and government institutions that just like literally don't show any kindness to them. Okay, that goes for like people at Rockstar who just unnecessarily remove content when they just get pressure for people who can't even take a freaking joke that involves, you know, the Chinese government being very systematically prejudiced against its own people who have a different skin color, or in the case of what's been going in the Japanese section, pretty much removing a voice actor completely because of the criticisms of Xi Jinping. Okay. Now, I had posted a video on this YouTube channel a long time ago expressing this type of concern, and it seems to me like it's going to, it's showing itself now, and Hoyoverse is actually showing its true colors right now as it stands. Okay, Tecto pointed it out that the Hoyoverse is spending its money on a nuclear reactor, and what's his name, Kyo Sensei, has brought out the fact that the CCP may, okay, at this point in time, is may, this is all alleged, have been responsible for essentially doing the same thing to a voice actor. Okay, like pretty much getting rid of a voice actor because of, you know, what is it called? Da Wei is being pretty much like a president of the Chinese company, even though that they supposedly moved away and expanded into Singapore and moved their headquarters into Singapore. Look, I'm no dummy, okay? You guys in Genshin Impact are still being ran by the CCP at this point in time. So it's, do I buy into the fact that, you know, Da Wei is moving away from China and it's silly little politics? Absolutely not. Not until after I found out the truth that he's one of the spokespeople for the CCP. That's just the thing. And it all boils down to even Ratsu might actually be involved with this whole entire thing. So, because of that, I'm no longer going to be in the space of the Hoyoverse games. And dare I say, maybe, just maybe, other game companies might be affected. So, I mean, it's disheartening. I get it. I get it that, you know, political reasons might end up hurting this channel a lot. But the thing is that I'm going to be branching out to, like, different sets of content, different, you know, viewpoints of, like, using this medium to essentially, like, characterize and pretty much bring out, like, who I am, you know, behind this character, okay? Now, we're not gonna be doing anything, like, serious or anything like that because, well, let's face it, there's plenty of those, you know, content creators who is gonna end up taking things a little bit too seriously, as in the couple of VTubers that I've mentioned before. All right, let's just face it. I'm probably not. Probably, you know what? I'm just gonna guarantee that I'm not going to be as cringe as those people. Okay. We even saw the fallout of, like, Hex Juice and stuff like that, where this like the gotcha community, like, really went crazy on Hex Juice because of her takes, and, you know, her, like, marriage almost falling apart because of the way that the Genshin and Hoyo community is just completely, like, dismantled. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm just not, like, gonna poke the bear a little bit more, just out of respect for her privacy. But whatever she said on her video is, and her live stream, is what I'm gonna go after. Okay, I'm not gonna go delve deep into that. Okay, so if she says something, that's what it is. Okay, that point in time, I am not gonna get involved with that. All right. So, with that being said, yeah, that's pretty much the end of, like, Hoyo content for me. I'm not even gonna cover that game. I'm not gonna do anything like that game. I'm not gonna have my face associated with that game. Maybe I'll try when, you know, Ananta comes out. Maybe that's gonna be a thing. I hope it's not gonna be Tower Fantasy levels of failure and stuff like that. Hopefully that's gonna be a thing. Um, the recent game that just, like, showed its trailer, of, like, that you know, shooter game and, like, multifaceted game. Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna be covering that game and you know, playing around with that game. But as far as like that game's, you know, overshadowing, you know, cloud of doom that's gonna be overheading that game soon. I just don't know at this point in time. I think Kuro Games is gonna follow the same suit, even though that, you know, what is it called? Tencent bought out 51% of the company, but decided to be hands off like they did with PGR, because PGR is not like really going in the same vein as like the Genshin Impact with like their mind melding and their CCP propaganda and stuff like that as hard as they did with Genshin Impact. Kuro Games, I think, in my opinion, is kind of like in this, kind of like the gaming company that's not going to, just how do I say this without sounding like too controversial? I want to say somewhere along the lines of they're not they're just simply not going to be in the same vein as Hoyoverse. Let's just put it that way. Which makes me want to like stream their game even more. But I know eventually that at some point the CCP is going to get involved with that game company and try to do the same thing that they did with Genshin and stuff like that. And probably eventually even Ananta might get into the fray, which is kind of a little bit disappointing. But I'll as far as deleting content of like WUWA and PGR and stuff like that, I'm very very hesitant of doing that because I know in the long run I don't think they're going to sell out. It doesn't seem like the developers of that company is going to be like a sellout like Dawei is. Dawei's a complete sellout. I'm gonna be honest. Dawei's a sellout. But as far as the other people's concerned, yeah, they're not sellouts. Like Kuro Games' people are not sellouts. So I'm just like, I'm just not like going to dog on them. Okay, I really am not. As far as like the developers of like Ananta and stuff and people, I'm not going to destroy or like nuke my channel because I honestly think that they're good people and they've stayed true to their beliefs and stuff like that, so they're not going to be sold out. It like in the same way that Dawei did. Like in all honestly, I think Dawei it essentially was already corrupt to begin with. I mean, I still remember the time where Dawei's like promoting his game and how it's supposed to be like a friendship companion game and stuff like that, including lolly characters, and he got it. In my opinion, I think he got a little bit too far with the whole like lolly aspect, and made Nahida waifu material. Like that was cringe. That's a little bit cringe. So there's so many situations, and I question Dawei's mentality. Then I'm just like, nah, forget it, bro. I mean, I might end up playing HSR, probably, but as far as spending any more money on the game is concerned, it's just like, it's not happening. Oh yeah, and guess what? HSR is gonna end up doubling down on Castris Revival Universal. I'm just like, really? I mean, well, here's the thing with the whole power creep situation. Okay, what wasn't it? Wasn't it Yango that said that for turn-based games that power creep was gonna be a problem? Yeah. So I'm just like, and the way that the reward system is for HSR, it's slowly becoming like a same reward system as Genshin Impact. Like, it's like, spend money this, spend money that. Eventually they'll do like a double binder like they did with Malvika and Sitlolly. I don't know who's gonna end up doing that, but like which version of the HSR game is gonna end up doing that, but as it stands right now, it's not looking too good. And I have actually seen supposed dreams about how the gacha system is gonna work because they're putting out so many freaking 5 stars. Yeah, I see a lot of complaints about that new wishing system, so I'm just like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm just like, at this point in time with the Japanese voice actor getting axed from the voice lines. As far as like the wishing system of HSR, as far as like everything monetization from Hoyoverse is concerned, yeah, I'm good, man. It's like you're dead to me, Hoyoverse. At this point in time, you're dead to me, Hoyoverse. And with regards to like the content about, you know, calling Atsu out for being a, you know, a person who's joined with the bad guys of the country. Yeah, I'm just like I'm not even gonna touch that space anymore. I'm done. I'm honestly done. So those of you who are just like brainwashed and, you know, are just like going to continue to support a company that supports the dismantling of the United States, which have been going on. This is why Donald Trump is even in office. Yeah. Uh, this has been great. Oh no, what the frick? No, you don't like Genshin Impact and stuff like that. Trust me, I did like Genshin Impact until all this BS started, until all the bad colors started leaking out. I mean, I kind of knew this was going to end up happening. I even made a video about it, stating that something like this was going to end up happening. And lo and behold, Kara Sensei took notice, probably did a little bit of background research, probably because of the video. I know it wasn't worded right and stuff like that, but that's pretty much what's going on. So, yeah.